What if I told you that the more connected we get, the more disconnected we feel? The digital world is full of endless connections, but are we truly connecting with what matters most? Let's find out. Is your phone in your hand right now? Does it ever feel like it's in control of your life? We're constantly tethered to our screens, but what happens when that connection becomes our greatest distraction? Imagine being so connected to the world, but still feeling utterly alone. How is that possible? In a world of constant notifications and social media, we might be losing the most important connection, the one with ourselves. Let's explore why spirituality is the key to real fulfillment. In today's fast-paced world, we are rarely out of reach. From the moment our eyes open in the morning, our phones buzz with notifications, our inboxes overflow with emails, and even during what's supposed to be our free time, we're scrolling through social media or catching up on the news. It's no wonder that, despite being constantly connected, there's a growing sense of disconnection, loneliness, and even emptiness. We live in an era where depression, anxiety, and loneliness have become modern epidemics. While technology has undoubtedly brought convenience and new ways to stay in touch, it has also created a digital void, leaving us mentally and emotionally drained. But there is a way to reclaim peace and purpose, and it begins with embracing spirituality. Spirituality, in its essence, offers us the anchor we need in a world of constant distraction. It helps us find meaning beyond the noise. But before we dive into that, let's explore the costs of our constant connectivity. Spirituality cultivates meaning. We live in a world where everything is designed to grab our attention, to pull us in and keep us engaged. But what is the true cost of this endless pursuit of distractions? Spirituality gives us a deeper sense of meaning that technology can never offer. It's not just about religion, but about living with intention and clarity, finding purpose amidst the noise. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the same way, spirituality teaches us that it's not the distractions that determine our sense of peace, it's how we respond to them. Meaning, after all, is something we must cultivate from within. When we embrace spirituality, whether through meditation, prayer, or simply moments of quiet reflection, we shift our focus away from the endless noise and begin to connect with what truly matters. Spirituality encourages us to pause, breathe, and consider the bigger picture, offering a sense of purpose that transcends the digital chaos. Take Bill Gates. Even in his tech-driven world, he has been a strong advocate for finding balance. Every year, he dedicates time to reading books that broaden his perspective, instead of getting caught up in the constant cycle of notifications and digital noise. This practice helps him find clarity and focus, reminding him of a deeper purpose beyond business. Spirituality provides a counterbalance to constant distraction. Our digital devices are designed to keep us engaged at all times. Every ping, every notification, pulls us away from the present moment, creating an ongoing sense of urgency and distraction. But here's the truth, when we're constantly pulled in 1,000 directions, we lose our ability to focus, to create, and to be present with ourselves and others. This is where spirituality becomes a powerful counterbalance. The Stoics believed in mastering the mind, in not letting external circumstances dictate our internal state. In today's terms, this means not allowing the digital distractions to control our lives. It means being intentional with our time and energy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Spirituality helps us reclaim that power over our minds, allowing us to find peace amidst the chaos. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, is well known for his intentional approach to productivity and managing distractions. One of his key strategies includes daily meditation and time blocking, two practices that help him stay focused on what truly matters despite the noise around him. His approach to spirituality centers on setting clear boundaries with his time and energy, allowing him to concentrate on his core values and priorities. Spirituality helps to deepen our ethical values and principles. In the rush of modern life, it's easy to forget our core values. The constant stream of information from our devices can dilute our ethical principles, leading us to act impulsively or lose sight of our deeper beliefs. But spirituality, whether through mindfulness, religious practices, or self-reflection, gives us the tools to reconnect with our values. The Stoics were deeply committed to virtue, believing that living in accordance with our values is the true path to happiness. Seneca once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In our modern context, this means we need to take control of our actions, thoughts, and decisions, and align them with our most deeply held beliefs. Spirituality, in this sense, acts as a moral compass, helping us navigate the complexities of the digital age. It encourages us to ask deeper questions about the impact of our actions on ourselves, on others, and on the world around us. Brené Brown, a researcher and author on the topic of vulnerability and courage, frequently speaks about the importance of living with integrity and compassion. She argues that true connection comes from living authentically, a practice that she attributes to both her spiritual and emotional growth. By focusing on values such as courage, empathy, and connection, Brown emphasizes that our spiritual lives deepen not just through rituals, but through our day-to-day actions and choices. Embrace the stillness. So, what is the takeaway from all of this? In a world that is always on, the real question we must ask ourselves is, how can we reconnect with what truly matters? The answer lies in embracing spirituality, a practice that cultivates meaning, provides balance against distraction, and strengthens our core values. As we continue navigating this digital age, it's important to remember that while technology connects us to the world, it can never replace the deep, meaningful connections we must nurture within ourselves. Today, we face an overwhelming flood of information and constant distractions. It often feels like we're always on, perpetually connected, yet many of us experience a profound sense of disconnection. There's an internal void that no screen or notification can ever fill. What's truly missing is spirituality, the sense of meaning, inner peace, and connection that rises above the noise of modern life. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Spirituality, much like Stoicism, invites us to turn inward. It reminds us to step away from the constant flow of external distractions and reconnect with our inner peace. Spirituality provides a counterbalance to constant distraction. The digital age is a time of constant stimulation. Our phones buzz incessantly with notifications, social media keeps us hooked, and the never-ending scroll of news and updates never allows us to fully disconnect. The result? We become overwhelmed, mentally fatigued, and detached from what truly matters. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, understood the cost of distraction when he said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." These words resonate today more than ever. The digital world feeds our imagination with endless streams of information, leaving us little space to breathe, to reflect, or simply to be. Spirituality provides the antidote to this constant distraction. It asks us to pause, to slow down, and to create moments of stillness. Whether through meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection, these practices help us regain control over our minds and emotions. Spirituality allows us to carve out space for inner peace, where we can reconnect with our sense of self and clarity. Consider the habits of Elon Musk. Despite his high-profile career and constant demands on his time, Musk has spoken about his need for quiet moments to recharge. He often spends time away from screens and busy environments to reflect. This stillness helps him reconnect with his goals and priorities, a practice that aligns closely with Stoic thought. Spirituality cultivates meaning. In a world overflowing with information, one might assume that we are closer than ever to understanding the meaning of life. But in reality, the sheer volume of content online can drown out the deeper questions we must ask ourselves. Why am I here? What is my purpose? The digital world offers endless facts, but it rarely offers meaning. It fills our minds, but often leaves our hearts feeling empty. This is where spirituality steps in. Just as Epictetus said, It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Spirituality helps us reflect on what truly matters, our values, our relationships, and the impact we have on the world around us. It gives us the space to reflect on the bigger questions, the ones that lead us to a life of purpose. Spirituality helps us rediscover meaning by encouraging us to ask the big questions and reflect on what truly matters. It is not about following a set of doctrines or rules, but about developing a deep connection to something greater than ourselves. Whether it's through mindfulness, faith, or a sense of purpose, spirituality gives us the guidance we need to navigate life with clarity and intention. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, was known for his deep commitment to finding meaning in his work. He often spoke about the importance of connecting to something greater than oneself, whether through meditation or focusing on a larger vision. His sense of purpose drove him to create products that changed the world, and it was rooted in his spirituality and belief in making a lasting impact. Spirituality develops resilience in uncertain times. We live in a world that is constantly changing. The digital age brings not only convenience but also anxiety. The speed at which technology evolves can make us feel like we're falling behind, and the endless flow of information often creates a sense of uncertainty about the future.
Spirituality offers a foundation for resilience. It teaches us to accept what we cannot control, to trust in a higher purpose, and to find perspective in the face of adversity. Stoicism, which teaches us to embrace life's challenges with calm and clarity, aligns perfectly with the spiritual practice of building resilience. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, life's obstacles are not things to avoid, but opportunities to grow. Spirituality teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth, helping us maintain our peace and focus even during uncertain times. During the 2008 financial crisis, Warren Buffett maintained his stoic mindset by sticking to his principles and staying calm amidst the chaos. He credits much of his resilience and success to his ability to detach from the noise and focus on long-term goals, a lesson deeply rooted in both Stoicism and spirituality. Spirituality deepens human connection. Despite the fact that we are more connected than ever before, many people report feeling more isolated. Social media platforms are filled with connections, but how many of these connections are meaningful? How many foster real emotional intimacy? Technology, in many ways, has led us to believe that we are more connected, but in reality, we are more disconnected from ourselves and others. Spirituality deepens our connection to ourselves, others, and the world around us. Whether it's through collective practices like worship or personal moments of mindful breathing, spirituality encourages us to connect deeply with those around us, building authentic relationships based on shared values and understanding. Pope Francis exemplifies how spirituality fosters connection. Through his messages of compassion and love, he reaches millions, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all people. His spirituality encourages not only faith, but also deep human connection, bringing individuals from diverse backgrounds together with a shared sense of purpose. Conclusion: reclaiming stillness in a world of noise. In conclusion, while the digital age offers countless conveniences, it also presents new challenges for our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The constant barrage of distractions leaves little room for the reflection, peace, and connection that we desperately need. Spirituality is key to rebalancing our lives, helping us find meaning, build resilience, and reconnect with others. In the face of uncertainty, distraction, and disconnection, embracing spirituality gives us the chance to cultivate inner peace and live with greater purpose. In today's fast-paced digital world, we're constantly on the go. From waking up to the buzz of notifications to endlessly scrolling through social media and emails, we are rarely truly offline, yet, as our digital connections increase, so does a deep sense of disconnection. Despite technology promising connection, many feel more isolated, anxious, and empty than ever. The truth is, What we experience through screens often lacks the depth of connection we truly crave. It's a shallow version that leaves us mentally drained. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In a world that constantly demands our attention, mastering the art of presence and spiritual solitude has never been more crucial. Spirituality helps to deepen our ethical values and principles. As technology evolves, it challenges not only our social structures and habits, but also our ethical values. The rapid pace of digital advancement often outstrips our ability to fully grasp its ethical consequences. This can lead to ethical dilemmas, whether it's about data privacy, online behavior, or our impact on the environment. Spiritual practices, however, have long emphasized the values that can guide us through these complexities. Spirituality teaches us the importance of honesty, compassion, and integrity. These timeless virtues help us navigate the digital world with wisdom, ensuring that we don't lose sight of our human principles amidst the noise. Just as Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the digital age, how we react to the ethical challenges of technology is crucial to preserving our values. Spirituality gives us the foundation to make ethical decisions, whether it's how we engage with others online or how we use technology responsibly. In a world driven by constant innovation, spirituality reminds us to pause and ask, how does this align with my core values? It calls us to make choices that reflect the greater good, rather than falling prey to the convenience of short-term benefits. The illusion of connection. Are we truly connected? We live in a time where communication is instantaneous. We can FaceTime with loved ones on the other side of the world, text our friends at any hour, and share our thoughts with a vast audience through social media. But despite this unprecedented level of connectivity, true connection often seems elusive. In his book The Art of Living, Epictetus speaks of the importance of self-awareness and inner peace, noting that true connection comes from within, not from external validation or constant interactions. Technology, while allowing for easy contact, often dilutes the depth of our relationships. We may have hundreds of friends on social media, but how many of those relationships are truly meaningful? Psychologically meaningful connection requires depth, attention, and time, elements that are in short supply in our fast-paced digital world. With every notification and every new app, our attention is stretched thinner and thinner, and our ability to form deep, lasting connections becomes compromised. Consider Brené Brown, a researcher and author known for her work on vulnerability and human connection. She points out how people often crave authentic connections but struggle to find them in a digital space. She emphasizes that vulnerability, a key component of true connection, requires being fully present, something that's hard to achieve when we are constantly distracted by our phones. In the Stoic tradition, connection isn't just about external relationships, but about our relationship with ourselves. We can't give our best to others if we don't first cultivate a solid inner foundation of peace and understanding. Spirituality encourages us to reconnect with that deeper inner self, offering a balance to the surface-level interactions that dominate much of our digital existence. The loss of solitude, finding space for reflection. In today's world, solitude has become a rarity. The impulse to fill every idle moment with a scroll through social media or a quick check on emails leaves little room for reflection, yet solitude is where true growth occurs. It's in these quiet moments that we process emotions, regulate stress, and spark creativity. Without solitude, we risk losing touch with our true selves. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often wrote about the importance of self-reflection and the need to spend time alone to sharpen one's character. He said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Spirituality offers us the wisdom to slow down and embrace moments of silence and solitude. It reminds us that personal growth often occurs in stillness, not in the chaotic rush of our daily lives. These moments allow us to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with our deeper purpose. In Stoicism, the practice of self-reflection is essential for growth. By taking time each day to reflect on our actions, our decisions, and our intentions, we gain clarity and understanding. Spirituality encourages us to embrace solitude as a tool for inner growth, providing a balance to the distractions of our digital lives. Conclusion: spirituality in a world of noise. In conclusion, while the digital age brings many conveniences, it also introduces significant challenges. Chief among them is the growing sense of disconnection and emotional emptiness. The constant barrage of information, notifications, and social media interactions can easily overwhelm us. Yet, spirituality offers a solution, a way to reconnect with what truly matters. By cultivating spirituality, we can regain our ethical grounding, deepen our connections, and rediscover the value of solitude and reflection. It's a practice that encourages us to slow down, pause, and engage with the world more intentionally and meaningfully. Amid the distractions of the digital world, spirituality creates a space where we can find peace and purpose. The digital age has connected us in ways we never imagined. Yet beneath this constant connectivity lies a growing sense of disconnection, a spiritual void many people experience. This void goes beyond feeling disconnected from others. It's a deeper estrangement from our inner selves, our purpose, and the world around us. As we become more immersed in the non-stop flow of notifications, news, and social media, the very spiritual essence of our lives can gradually be crowded out. This is where spirituality steps in to restore balance and bring us back to what truly matters. The Stoic philosophers, such as Marcus Aurelius, knew the importance of cultivating inner peace and stillness amidst external chaos. As he once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In an age where distractions are endless, spirituality offers us a means to reconnect with that deep quality of thought, that inner tranquility that sustains us. The spirituality void, what we're missing in the digital world. In today's world, it's easy to get lost in the constant noise of digital life. Whether it's the buzz of our phone, the constant flood of information on social media, or the endless cycle of news feeds, there's no shortage of stimuli competing for our attention. Yet, amid this constant flow, something essential is missing: our spiritual connection. Spirituality, in any form, whether rooted in religion, mindfulness, or nature, requires presence. It's not something that can be captured by scrolling through social media or watching another viral video. Spirituality asks us to pause, to reflect, to listen more than we speak, and to tune inward more than we tune out. The digital world, however, pulls us in the opposite direction, pushing us to always engage outward, leaving little room for introspection. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." In our hyperconnected lives, we spend so much time in our minds, reacting to the next notification or the next trend, that we lose the ability to truly reflect on what matters most. Spirituality as a counterbalance to constant distraction. The digital age is marked by constant distraction. Notifications pop up on our screens at all hours, pulling us in different directions. The temptation to check our phones every few minutes has become almost irresistible. But this constant stimulation often leads to a sense of overwhelm and anxiety. Spirituality, however, offers a powerful counterbalance. Through practices like meditation, prayer, or simple moments of quiet reflection, we can intentionally create a space to slow down, focus inward, and cultivate inner peace, just as Epictetus emphasized the power of controlling our responses to external events. Spirituality teaches us to control where we place our attention, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. In moments of meditation or prayer, we step away from the chaos of the digital world and reconnect with the calm that lies within. It's during these moments of stillness that we regain clarity and perspective, gaining a stronger sense of self amidst the distractions. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, often spoke about the importance of silence and solitude in fostering creativity. Despite his role in creating the technology that connects millions, he emphasized the value of retreating from the noise to find clarity of mind. His meditative practices helped him navigate the demands of his role, and he believed that this inner peace was essential to his success. Spirituality cultivates meaning in an information-overloaded world. While the internet offers access to an endless sea of information, it often lacks the depth of meaning. We can Google the answers to nearly any question, yet still, we may feel an emptiness in our lives. We're constantly bombarded with facts, opinions, and trends, but we rarely take the time to reflect on what it all means in the context of our own values and purpose. Spirituality, on the other hand, encourages us to ask the big questions: why am I here? What is my purpose? How do my actions align with my values? These questions are at the heart of a meaningful life, and spirituality helps us delve into them. It reminds us to examine the impact we have on the world and the people around us. It encourages us to step away from the flood of digital distractions and reflect on what truly brings us fulfillment. Viktor Frankl, a renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, wrote about the importance of meaning in his book Man's Search for Meaning. He argued that even in the most extreme conditions, our search for meaning rather than the pursuit of pleasure or material success is what keeps us resilient. This message resonates deeply in today's world, where many chase the next big trend yet still feel unfulfilled. Incorporating spirituality into our lives allows us to ground ourselves in a deeper sense of purpose, one that transcends the fleeting distractions of social media or digital trends. Building resilience through spirituality in times of uncertainty. The digital world is fast-paced, and its rapid changes often create a sense of uncertainty. We are constantly bombarded with new developments, whether it's in technology, politics, or global events. This constant flux can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and instability. Spirituality offers a way to navigate these uncertain times with resilience. Through practices like acceptance, faith, and perspective, spirituality helps us build a strong foundation for dealing with life's challenges. In a world that seems to be constantly shifting, spirituality offers a sense of steadiness. Just as Marcus Aurelius advised in his Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Spirituality teaches us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, responses, and attitudes rather than the chaotic external forces we cannot. It encourages us to remain grounded, even when everything else seems to be in flux. Deepening human connection through spirituality. Despite being more digitally connected than ever before, many people feel more isolated than ever. We might have hundreds of friends on social media, yet the quality of these relationships often leaves much to be desired. True human connection requires more than just digital contact. It requires depth, understanding, and presence. Spirituality offers a path to deepening these connections. It encourages us to be more present with those around us, to listen without distractions, and to engage with empathy and compassion. In this way, spirituality can be the bridge that closes the gap between digital connection and true human intimacy. Brené Brown, a researcher known for her work on vulnerability and human connection, emphasizes the power of empathy and authenticity in building meaningful relationships. Spirituality, with its focus on presence and awareness, provides the foundation for cultivating these qualities in our relationships. Embracing spirituality in a world of noise. While technology connects us in unprecedented ways, it also creates a spiritual void, a disconnection from our deepest selves, our purpose, and from one another. The constant bombardment of digital stimuli makes it easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Yet spirituality offers a powerful antidote. By cultivating moments of stillness, reflection, and genuine connection, we can restore the balance and meaning that our fast-paced world often obscures. The path to inner peace in the digital age. In our increasingly interconnected world, there is a paradox. While we are more connected than ever, many feel more isolated. This sense of disconnection often stems from the very tools that were meant to bring us closer. Social media, constant notifications, and the endless stream of digital content can leave us feeling overwhelmed and distracted. This is where spirituality, rooted in practices that encourage reflection, mindfulness, and ethical living, plays a crucial role in balancing our digital lives. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The digital age constantly bombards us with external distractions, but our true strength lies in how we choose to respond, especially when it comes to cultivating spiritual practices that deepen our connection with ourselves and the world around us. Spirituality fosters connection, whether through community gatherings, like religious services, or solo practices like mindful breathing. Spirituality offers us a powerful tool to reconnect with ourselves, others, and the world. As the Stoics teach, the goal is not just to exist, but to live virtuously in harmony with nature and others. This deep sense of connection can provide the stability and grounding needed in a world full of digital noise. In the words of modern-day spiritual leader Eckhart Tolle, you are the awareness behind the thinking. Once you begin to recognize that, you realize the power of presence. By being present, whether through moments of quiet reflection, mindful practice, or connection with nature, we can deepen our sense of belonging in the world. Spirituality deepens our ethical values. The rapid pace of technological advancement often leaves little time for contemplating its ethical implications. In a world where algorithms decide what we see and when, the value of integrity, compassion, and honesty can sometimes be lost. Yet, spirituality encourages us to pause, reflect, and reconnect with our core ethical values. By embracing spiritual practices, we anchor ourselves in virtues that guide our decisions and actions, qualities that are essential in navigating the complex digital landscape. Take, for instance, Warren Buffett's perspective on integrity. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. In a world dominated by quick tweets, viral videos, and online personas, it's crucial to cultivate the kind of ethical awareness that guides us toward authenticity. Spirituality, whether through religion, mindfulness, or simply reflecting on the meaning of life, helps us make decisions that align with our values, especially when the digital world tests those values daily. The power of quiet reflection in a digital world constantly demanding our attention, quiet moments of solitude have become rare. Yet, as the Stoics believed, it is in solitude that true self-awareness and emotional clarity emerge. The constant distractions of the digital age often leave little room for reflection, but this is precisely when spirituality can help. Spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature offer the peace and stillness needed to process emotions, regulate stress, and gain perspective. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, taught that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. By regularly stepping away from the distractions of digital life, we can gain the inner clarity and mental space needed to avoid the negative effects of stress, anxiety, and comparison. This quiet space allows us to be present with our thoughts and emotions, fostering a deeper sense of peace, spirituality, and resilience in uncertain times. The digital age is fast-paced and ever-changing, creating a sense of uncertainty and instability. Whether it's the constant flow of information or the pressures of social media, the external world can feel out of control. But Stoic philosophy teaches us that we cannot control what happens outside of ourselves, only how we respond to it. Spirituality, particularly practices centered on acceptance and faith, helps us develop resilience during times of uncertainty. In times of crisis, it's not uncommon for people to turn to their spiritual beliefs to help navigate the storm. For example, the Buddhist concept of impermanence teaches that all things, both good and bad, are temporary. This understanding provides comfort in knowing that no situation is permanent, whether it's a digital overload or personal challenge. Practical tips for navigating the digital age with spirituality. To cultivate spirituality in a world that demands constant attention, it's essential to set boundaries and prioritize practices that bring us back to our core values. Here are some practical tips to help you navigate the digital age without losing touch with your spiritual well-being. Create digital boundaries. Schedule time each day to disconnect from your screens. Whether it's during meditation, yoga, or a quiet walk in nature, make this a sacred time for spiritual practice. As the Stoics believed, time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Time away from technology gives you the opportunity to focus inward, connect with your spirituality, and recharge mentally. Practice gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. Gratitude shifts our focus from the never-ending comparisons and digital distractions. A simple practice of listing 3 things you're grateful for can help realign your thoughts and foster a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Develop mindfulness. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of many spiritual practices, can be your anchor in a world full of noise. Techniques like deep breathing, body scans, or simply paying attention to the present moment can help you stay grounded. As the Stoic Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Developing mindfulness helps you respond to the digital world with clarity and calm. Connect with others, if possible. Seek out local spiritual communities that offer a sense of belonging and shared purpose. In times of digital fragmentation, these communities can provide the human connection and support that are often missing from our online interactions. Moving forward, spirituality in the digital age is more important than ever. By embracing the practices of stillness, reflection, and connection, we can navigate the complexities of modern life with a deeper sense of purpose and peace. As you reflect on the practices discussed here, remember that true connection comes not from the digital world, but from a deep engagement with your inner self and the world around you. As we've seen, the digital age offers incredible opportunities to connect, but it also challenges us with distractions, overwhelm, and a deep sense of disconnection. That's why spirituality remains more important than ever. It's the compass that guides us back to ourselves, grounding us in meaning, purpose, and authentic connection. In a world that never stops buzzing, spirituality invites us to pause, reflect, and nurture the inner peace that technology alone cannot provide. It reminds us that true connection starts within, with our values, our presence, and our sense of purpose. So, as you navigate this fast-paced digital landscape, remember to carve out moments for stillness and self-reflection. Embrace spirituality as your anchor, your refuge, and your source of strength. Because no matter how connected the world becomes, the most important connection is the one you cultivate within. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on living intentionally in today's world. Stay grounded, stay connected, and see you in the next video.